Hello, hello, everybody. If you are watching this part of the video, you are catching the replay. So I want to say hello and welcome to you. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I'm going to give this just a few minutes to or rather, a few seconds to let people on. I have a new little setup. You may have noticed if you've seen one of my videos before. And I'm coming to you more straight on today because I wanted to try it out. So as you join, let me know you're here, say hello. The only thing I don't like about this is, hi Alicia, you can see my phone right here, which is kind of weird, but I couldn't figure out where to angle the phone so that you couldn't see it. So I don't know, maybe I'll have that figured out by next week, but today we're going to deal with it. So hi Keisha. So I'm going to try this view tonight. Hopefully it goes well. Hi, Deb. And yeah, so this video, hey, Pat, thanks for joining live. Pat usually catches the replays. I recognize your name. So welcome. So today is Tuesday, February 15th, 2022. This is a live stream. Tonight, we're going to be making a masculine card because in my Facebook group last week, I asked what kind of themes you guys wanted help with designing. And overwhelmingly, the answer was masculine. So we're doing masculine for 2 whole weeks, which is super exciting. And yeah, so we're going to kick off tonight with a super fun card. I did post one earlier today as part of the color challenge and one yesterday also. So check those out also. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to flip down and get started. Hopefully this goes well. I'll have to remember to look up at your comments instead of to the side. So if I miss something, I do apologize. Yeah, all right, here we go. Here's my workspace. Uh-oh. There we go. It looks like my computer is showing me that I am having some bad internet. So I suppose it's good I can see my phone right here because I can actually see on my phone that it looks like things are going well. However, it looks like my face maybe is going to take a while to catch up. So let me actually try this. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay. Can you guys still hear me? I switched my microphone from my computer to my phone. Just in case my computer has some issues, then at least you can still hear me, and hopefully audio doesn't cut out. So let me know that it still sounds okay, and hopefully we won't have very many problems. But when I logged into my computer to start the live stream today, it wouldn't connect to Wi-Fi. So hopefully we're not going to have a bunch of issues. But we're going to keep rolling with it because I think my phone will be able to keep up with me tonight. So, all right, so this is the card we're going to make today. I love it so much. It is using the cute Driving By stamp set. Let me show that to you. This is part of Celebration, so it's actually free right now in my online store with a $50 order. Super fun, super exciting, but this only goes through the end of February. So if you like this stamp set, you want to make sure you place an order ASAP. And I've also got down here the ordering link, the ordering information if you need anything tonight. Oh, great. You guys said you can still hear me. That's awesome. All right. We're also tonight going to use the Mountain Air bundle. This is one of my absolute favorite bundles in the annual catalog. And I don't know why, but whenever I think of masculine, I always think of this bundle. So we're going to use that tonight. And we're also going to use this Special Moments Celebration stamp set. We're just going to use this sentiment here on the inside of our card. This Celebration set is free with a $100 order in my online store, again, through the end of February. All right. Now, before you guys get really upset with me, I'm just going to preface this video by saying fussy cutting will be involved. Okay, so hi, Joanne. Pat, yes, so my face is being filmed from my computer. So that's probably what's going to get pretty choppy, but hopefully this desk view is okay. I don't know what's going on, but of course it happens when I get live. So, all right. So we're going to use Evening Evergreen. We're also going to use Crumb Cake, which measures 5 inches by 3 3/4. I don't know what happened, but that corner got bent. That's okay. It's a little rustic feeling, right? Then I've got a piece of basic white that is 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. We've got a piece of basic white for the inside of our card that is 5 1/4 by 4 inches. This is always nice because this is a dark card base. Oh yeah, Keisha says she loves the Mountain Air set and she hopes it doesn't retire. Me too, Keisha. Okay, so then I've just got some other pieces here. Hold on, let me show you these first. So these are going to be for the sentiment. So this is just a little piece of basic white that will fit our sentiment here. And then I thought it would be kind of cute to add, sorry, not cute. This is a masculine card. Hi, Mom. Alicia, I'll tell you what happened to my thumb in just a little bit. Oh, thanks, Pat. That's so nice. That's so kind of you. But I thought this would be kind of fun to add just a little bit of like that Cajun craze color behind the sentiment. So that's why that piece is here. And obviously it's just a scrap. Then I've got a scrap piece of basic white, a scrap piece of this paper, which I think is called, it's the tiger one. Wild Cats. Is that what the paper's called? I can't remember off the top of my head. So this is going to come in handy in a little bit. And then I also have some evening evergreen that I die cut 2 of those trees from the Mountain Air bundle. So you can see I have an adhesive sheet on the back, and we will get into that in a little bit. So we've got lots of pieces this time, but you know what? That makes it all the more fun. So I'm going to start with this basic white piece, and I'm going to grab my super messy scrap paper. You guys know this is my thing. I don't know why. I just can never throw away scrap paper because there's always more room for more mess, right? All right. So I'm using soft suede ink here, and then I've got the mountain image from that Mountain Air bundle. We're going to go ahead and ink that up. And then I'm going to stamp it down about midway on the card. And I'll tell you guys what happened to my thumb as soon as we get into the fussy cutting, because fussy cutting. All right. Hey, Barbara, thanks for joining. Oh, great. Okay, cool. So Keisha says In the Wild is what it's called. Thank you, Keisha, because I could not remember. Is Wild Cats, I think, is the name of the bundle. So In the Wild is the name of this designer series paper. Okay. And she said she needs more of it because it's the only DSP she uses. I actually really love that DSP too. More than I thought I would. But it is also the year of the tiger, the Lunar New Year. It's the year of the tiger. So, okay. So now I'm using Evening Evergreen with the little like tree lake image. And my Evening Evergreen kind of needs to be re-inked. So I am just kind of, oh, thanks, Pat. She says, I am the best. Well, thank you. I am just kind of inking it up extra because it needs to be re-inked, and I didn't do that before we started. But I'm just going to stamp that a little bit under the mountains there. Just kind of helps break up, the scene a little bit. We'll set that off to the side, and I will need my Evening Evergreen again. So I'm just going to set that over there. Okay, so now on this piece, we're going to just kind of put that to the side. And we're going to get to the super fun part. I say that because if you know me, you know I don't like fussy cutting. So why on earth did I choose to do it tonight? I don't know. But this is probably the most or the highest stakes fussy cutting I have ever done. Because I actually have to do it well. So what I'm doing is I'm taking our cute little Volkswagen guy here, this little van, and I'm actually going to stamp it onto our In the Wild DSP scrap. Okay, I know it's a little bit hard to see, but that's okay. And then I'm going to take it again and stamp it on our basic white, okay? So we are doing some paper piecing tonight. And if you have never paper pieced before, it is very fun, but it involves fussy cutting. How many times am I going to say that? Oh, yes. Okay, so Keisha said she's bad at using her DSP, so she's going to make her March goal using the DSP hack. Yeah, you definitely need to, Keisha. I used to be very bad at using up all of my DSP too, but I've actually used entire packs which is amazing to me because I used to not. I use up my DSP well, but the Valentine's paper, I had 3 packs of it, and I actually used up an entire pack on my own, another half pack on my own, and then I gave a third unopened pack to my niece to bring to school because on Valentine's Day yesterday, they made their Valentine's in class. So I gave that to her to bring to school to do, which I thought was fun. All right, I am using my Smoky Slate blends here to color in just a little bit of our, I'm going to call it, it's the Volkswagen bus, right? Now I'm misthinking. Pat, the mountains. Okay, so the mountains, and so we're using Mountain Air, which is in the annual catalog, and the In the Wild or the Wild Cats bundle is also in the annual catalog. So both of those are there. And then this set that I'm using right now is from the Celebration. Oh, sorry, Barbara. I'm going to do my best, but I don't think my Wi-Fi is really happy tonight, unfortunately. So I'm hoping that my phone is keeping up, and my phone is actually filming my workspace, and my computer is the one that's telling me I'm having Wi-Fi problems, but I don't have another Wi-Fi to connect it to. So we're just kind of living with it and hoping for the best. So, all right. So I used Smoky Slate to color in the tires. Hopefully you can see that there. And you know what? Maybe the replay will be better. I don't know. But hopefully, because my phone is showing everything moving, but my computer isn't. So I'm kind of basing it off of my phone. My face just might freeze a little bit. Okay, so I colored in the tires. Now we're going to do the super fun part. Not really. And we're going to fussy cut. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out our little Volkswagen bus here. And I am going to cut as close to the black ink, the black line as I can. And I said I would let you know what happened to my thumb. So it's not even an exciting story. I wish it was. But basically, when I was showering yesterday, I was using the body wash, and I grabbed the body wash to put it away, and the lid was still open, and it slipped out of my hands, and the lid, it's a really weird cut, but it cut my, I don't know if you can see, it cut my thumb really in a strange way. And actually, it didn't hurt at all. I didn't even know I was cut until about 15 minutes later when it was bleeding. So that's a really fun story, but very boring also because, yeah, I wish I could say oh, I had a fight with a stamp set. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to fussy cut this out. You guys know I'm so slow at fussy cutting, and especially right now because I'm trying to cut on the line. Usually when you fussy cut, you cut like a little border around. But this time I'm not, because I think it would look kind of funny if there was a border on the outside because it's patterned paper. So we're going to cut this, and we're almost done with the bus. Now you can see in the sample card here that we're using this pattern here, which I really enjoy. I really like how it looks there. And so I thought it would be easiest to have the patterned paper, the DSP, be the main part of the card, and then have what I stamped on the white as kind of like the paper piecing that I add into it, if that makes sense. Because these windows, this front window is fine, but the middle and the back window, if I were to try to cut it out or whatever, it would just get all weird because I wouldn't be able to cut in here without cutting from the top. Do you know what I mean? So I just chose to go this way. There are people in the world who are much better at paper piecing than I am. But I do think it's a really fun technique, so I wanted to show it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out our front wheel here. And again, I'm cutting on the line because especially here, since we're going to layer this on top of the pattern paper, we don't want any kind of border on there because then we would just have a white border and that would look kind of funny. So I'm cutting as close as I can. Here we go. And being very careful not to cut the wrong thing. Boom. Okay. One wheel. Done. Oh, yes. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? If I could say it was a paper cut from fussy cutting. I would be happier to say that than to say I got cut by the lid of my body wash. So anyway, all right, let's do this back wheel. And how was your guys' Valentine's Day? I had a great Valentine's Day. I worked all day, just like a normal Monday. And then I showed myself some self-love by cleaning my stamping room. So that's actually why you guys are up there this time, because I actually moved. I used to have this big ribbon shelf right in front of me, and I moved it over there because I have like a light that sits here. Oh, you can see my finger right here. I have a light that sits here, and then I have my mount here for my phone. Sorry, I just hit it and it wiggled. And then to reach my ribbon, sometimes I would like hit the light or hit the mount, and I wasn't loving it. And also, to be honest with you, I'm not a very messy person, but we all have messy spots, right? Like a junk drawer or something. And the ribbon shelf, actually, I put a whole bunch of stuff behind it that A, I couldn't reach, so I never took it out. And B, it's like candy canes and stuff. It should probably just be eaten or thrown away if they're old, right? So yeah, it's a good excuse to me to clean too, although I replaced it with a box of cards. So speaking of that though too, I did show on my Instagram and Facebook stories, I kind of showed like a little sneak peek of my room, and somebody actually messaged me on Instagram and asked if I could show specifically how I store my stamps. So I did film a little video on that, but I'm thinking about actually doing kind of like a craft room series where I can show you guys what I implement in my craft room. So maybe I'll show you, like, I'll make like a video on all my stamps. I'll make a video on how I store like my papers, all of those kinds of things. And the reason I kind of want to do that is because when I was setting up my craft room, I was very interested to see what other people have in their craft room. And it was really hard to find videos. Now, there were craft room tours, but sometimes people were like, oh, you don't want to see inside my drawer and see how I store XYZ there. And I was like, yeah, I actually kind of do. So I just thought that would be kind of interesting. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a little series on that. All right, so now you can see I'm just kind of cutting out the windows here, which are nice and easy because they're rectangular. And so we're just going to trim those out, and then make sure you separate what isn't, right? Like what's not being used with what is going to be used. And then I'll get rid of my messy scrap paper in a little bit, I promise. Okay, so we'll do that one. And then we have just one more window here. Oh my gosh, you guys, fussy cutting. I know I've asked this before, but I'm curious again. Who likes fussy cutting? Let me know in the comments if you like fussy cutting. I'm a little bit of a mix. I used to absolutely despise it, but it's growing on me a little bit more, although I have to be in the right mood. Yeah, okay, so Keisha says, yes, she likes the idea. So it's great to see how things are stored and get different ideas. I agree full-heartedly. Okay, so that I can get rid of this guide, let's go ahead and bring this in for a second. And I'm going to use this cute little tree image that's from that Mountain Air bundle. And I'm going to use Evening Evergreen again. And I'm just going to ink up, this is the double tree. There's also a single tree. And I'm just going to ink this up and stamp it in the corner. And then I'm going to stamp it again without re-inking, just to kind of show a fun little shadow. Okay, so Barbara says yes to fussy cutting. Joanne says absolutely not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm 50-50. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to paper piece now, which is so fun. We're going to watch the magic. So I'm going to start actually by using my liquid glue right there, and we're going to take the piece that corresponds and stick it right down over it. And it's going to look so cool, you guys, except that I leaked out a little bit of glue. Oh, Keisha likes fussy cutting too. Yeah, I know that Alicia doesn't, or at least didn't, because we've talked about it before. But yeah, I don't know. It's okay sometimes. I actually do have one of those Brother scan and cut machines, so I do use that when I can. But sometimes I don't have a huge craft room, and so it's kind of stored away. So if I want to use it, I have to pull it out to use it. And so I hold on. I actually will only use it if I'm like bulk creating. So I need to be better at pulling it out. But yeah, okay. So Alicia says, no, she does not. She still does not like fussy cutting. And then Pat asked if I was going to stamp trees on the front of the card. And the answer is no. And you'll see in a little bit. All right, we're going to do this last window here. And then we've got our paper piercing paper piecing. Sometimes I call it paper piercing. So if I say that tonight, I apologize. It's paper piecing, and I just get confused. Oh yeah, okay. Alicia says she likes the end result though after she fussy cuts. Okay, let's finish up our stamping here. I'm going to use Cajun Craze next. We've got that sentiment that says, for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. That's for the inside of the card. Perfect. It was photopolymer, so it was real easy to tack that down. And then we're going to bring in our little piece of basic white. And I've got this stamp that says, driving by just to say hi. I'm stamping it more towards the right-hand side because we're going to add a little bit of twine and a staple. So I thought a staple would be fun. It's a little bit more rustic. Oh, okay. So Joanne says the van is really cute and she has that set. So maybe she will try to fussy cut. Yeah, you should just give it a try just on one card. You don't have to do it on everything, but just one. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to start assembling now. I'm going to take this guy and grab my liquid glue again. And we're going to go ahead and adhere this to our crumb cake layer. So cute. I love this card. And my intention with it is there's no like clear birthday sentiment in the driving by stamp set. But you can make it into birthday pretty easily. So I kind of liked the driving by just to say hi, and then on the inside saying, for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. I think you could very easily pass that as a birthday card. You could also use it for any occasion, which is really nice. Okay, so Alicia says she hasn't used staples on a card in a long time. Yeah, I hadn't either, and I don't know what made me think of it, but I think I was in my drawer to get like a piece of basic white strip, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's right, I own a stapler. And actually a fun fact for you, the same thumb that has a band-aid on it, when I was in first grade, I actually stapled my thumb. So that's a fun fact too. So I was scared of staplers for a very long time. Okay, so now what we're going to do next is we're going to use these trees, which were die cut out, and I can show you actually those dies. So when we open this guy, there's 2 detailed tree dies that they include in this bundle. And so that's what I used. Very nice that I got to die cut both at one time. And I put them on an adhesive sheet. You can see that not the entire thing is on an adhesive sheet, but that's okay. As long as part of it is covered, it'll still stick. So I'm going to try to peel it up so that I can just kind of peel it directly off of that sheet. And so I have to get it started here. See, I can do it. There we go. And I'm not going to be too worried about all these little like pieces on the inside. I don't know if you can see that, but there's just those little pieces. You can definitely, oh, that's funny. Pat says I fooled her. Yes, this is what we're using for the front, Pat. But you can see that there's all those little pieces. You can definitely poke them out if you want to. I'm not concerned about poking them out though. All right, then I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down like so, and we'll go ahead and press it down. And I wanted my trees to kind of pop out of the image, almost kind of like it was a frame or something, you know, like a picture. But I wanted the trees to pop out. So you could layer them before you put this piece down, and you could cut them either, you know, in line with the white piece or the crumb cake piece. But I'm going to cut it in line with the card base. All right. So there's our second tree, and I'm just going to plop that one down a little bit lower and to the left-hand side of our first one, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and cut off the excess. So let me pull my trash can in here. I don't know if I've shown you guys my trash can before, but it's actually a little trash can. Oh yeah, thanks, Mom. And I'm gonna line up my snips on the side. It might be a little bit hard to see because it's evening evergreen on evening evergreen, but I promise I can see it. And then those are what our trees look like. How neat is that? And I'm just going to press them down because there's a little bit of a difference in the thickness there. They're just a little bit, they need a little extra push there, a little extra oomph. Hey, Kathleen, welcome. All right, so we're almost done, you guys. And what we're going to do next, we're going to take our cute little bug and add some dimensionals to the back because, of course, we need dimensionals somewhere on this card, right? So I'm going to just add 3. And we're going to put this guy kind of like over the trees. It's almost like he's camping, you know, like this is his little camp spot, which I thought was kind of cute. Okay, sorry, cool. I know my nephew would tell me, Auntie, it's not cute. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of layer these where I want them, and I'm actually going to cheat a little. I know we're going to use a staple, but I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the bottom of my sentiment and get this angled where I want it. This is just going to help me keep everything in place later. So we're just going to tack that down, which I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it. It's not straight. I didn't want it to be straight. And then I'm going to use my fan baker's twine, which you might not have thought of, but it has an evening evergreen roll in here. So I'm just going to cut out maybe, I don't know, this much, which is about 9 inches or so. And we'll just trim that. And then I'm going to take it in the middle, like so, if I can get it. And I'll just stick my finger down here. And then I'm just going to make it kind of like a bow. You could actually tie a bow if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to kind of wrap it a little bit like it is a bow. And now this is the tricky part. Oh, good. Oh, for you, Kathleen, I was having some Wi-Fi issues earlier, but I think everything has been okay for a little bit, which is good. All right, sorry, I had to slide it to get it off. Now this is the tricky part, is keeping everything in place. So I'm going to just hold it like this. Got my stapler. Can you tell I like pink? And we're just going to make sure we get everything stapled here. Bingo, just like that. And there's our cute little, cool little sentiment. All right, we're going to flip that over. And of course, we're going to add some dimensionals. And I don't know how many we'll use, maybe 3. Yeah, we'll use 3. And then we will get this popped up onto the card. And look at how fun that was, you guys. We used some fun new techniques. Let's see, I'm gonna make the Cajun Craze little strip parallel with our layer so that the sentiment is a little bit crooked. So look at that. There are the cards. Super, super fun. I love this so much. I think it turned out so well. And then I'll show you again. Here's the inside. I don't think I took any pictures of the inside on my blog, and my blog post will be live tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Time. So on February 16th at 8 a.m. Central Time. If you'd like to see pictures and all that stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, all of the products I used are actually in the description. And again, you can use this link right here. Oh, thank you guys so much. You're so kind. But you can use this link right here, shop.stampwithmelissa.com. If you are in need of ordering any of this stuff, it's all available in my online store right now. So let me come back to see just you for a second. Hello. I hope you enjoyed this new view. I know you can see, this is my phone right here. So I know you can kind of see me moving. Ooh. It's kind of funny to watch. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had fun. I had fun. And just know next week I'll be live with another really fun card. I'm really excited about next week's card. And yeah, so also I wanted to mention, if you are interested in getting in on my monthly card club, that's open to anybody in the US, whether you are a customer, fellow demonstrator, follower, whatever. That closes on Sunday, and we're actually using the Hello Ladybug bundle, which is so fun. I had so much fun designing these cards. So let me pop that banner up here. In case you're interested, head over to club.stampwithmelissa.com to sign up. Like I said, that goes through Sunday, and then it rolls over into the March Club. So we would love to have you join us. We have so much fun every month. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks, Kathleen, for sharing. If you are on Facebook, please give this video a heart and share it. If you're on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will catch you guys next week. Bye for now.